I thought the game yesterday against Tampa Bay really showed the organization's fortitude and resolve. We're down 14-0. We're 1-4 going into the game, and there's a lot of teams that would have folded then. But you saw our guys step up and continue to make plays and trust that they could win the game, and that's what happened. Guys start getting hot, and we start scoring more points. And Lance Moore did a wonderful job on third down for us in the game. It was good to have him back coming off an injury, a big game for us. We were 3 for 3 in the red zone, made a huge difference in the game, being able to get down there and score. And obviously, defensively with Malcolm Jenkins running down that long play, that play could have changed the tempo and the momentum that we had going. And but that's the kind of team we have. They're not going to give up. They're going to keep fighting. And he went down and made that play, and we had the goal line stand, and that was a huge turning point in the game, I thought. So proud of the team and happy for the organization, and moving on to Denver. Any questions?
How much will you miss this?
I will miss this. I enjoy this. It's all part of it, and I enjoyed the process.
Has it only enhanced your appetite for a shot at one of these?
Yes, it does. Definitely.
What's the thing what would you say the thing is that has anything surprised you about, having that title? Is anything that you didn't think would be a part of it that's kind of surprised you a little bit?
I was in anticipation of most everything that happened in the situation. Like I said before, just paying close attention to guys that I work with and mentors, and Sean Payton has done a wonderful job with this organization, and I just tried to pay close attention to what he did, and so I wouldn't say I was surprised by anything. It was definitely an unprecedented situation and tough, but coming out with these last two and seeing the improvement of the team and the guys sticking together and the resolve, as I spoke of earlier, not only in one game but in a 6-game span, just speaks loudly for the character, like I said, in our organization, and so I'm just excited to be a part of it, to be honest. And I know we're 2-4, but we see the progress that we're making, and we're on an uphill battle, but at the same time, every week we're showing improvement. We're getting better in all areas, and it's because of hard work and guys sticking in and staying together.
If you had to put a grade, giving everything you just said, 2-4, but everybody would agree that the locker room is together, the team is intact, the attitude is good. Could you grade yourself? Is that unfair to ask you to put a grade on yourself?
Yeah, I don't think it's my position to grade myself. I would say that the team is moving in the right direction, and that's what we're looking for.
Until you get a call as a head coach, how has this experience made you better as an assistant?
Well, just seeing the big picture and understanding, how all things work, and not being selfish in your own world that you live in on a day-to-day basis, I'm sure is a difference.
Outside the locker room, you were the face of the organization during this period. What do you think about that transition when you go back to the job being offensive line coach?
Well, you pointed out two different things. You said outside the locker room, so okay, we're talking about these press conferences, but within the building, we talk about it constantly, and we really mean, and we're being truthful to the fact that this team is a group and is a family, and they work together, and you could put we have many talented assistant coaches on this staff, and you could put a lot of the guys in this position, and with this team that we have, it's the leadership in the locker room, the talent, and the organization as a whole, starting from Mr. Benson. It's a tight-knit group, and I think that it's going to stay together.
Outside the locker room, you mentioned Mr. Benson. We really haven't heard from him during this period. We haven't, you outside of the players, you have been the lone coach, you have been the only person in the administration that has spoken on behalf of the St. Louis in that way. What has that been like to have that obviously with burden, but you may do it or pressure. What has that been like during this period as you look to step back now?
Well, I viewed it as an opportunity to voice what's really happening in the building, and I think I have, and we have as a group. So it's been a good experience, and I'm glad it happened.
Was there any kind of like a facial transfer of power? Joe's waiting for you on the plane, it's all yours. And did you change offices during this whole time?
No, I stayed in my office, and just with our staff and the tight-knit group that we have, you know, Joe's going to take over, and we're excited to have him back. It was great to see him last night, and the more people we can get back in our family and getting back to full speed, the better off we'll be.
Did you feel a little different this morning? Coming into work this morning, feel a little loose ends?
Yeah, I'm very, I was excited about the win, and I couldn't wait to grade the tape to find out where we can improve.
Eric, Scott Shanley said a moment ago that, you know, even though there's going to be a change of the guard, so to speak, that the message really doesn't change because it was all formed by Sean, obviously, and passed on to everyone else. Is that why this may be just a seamless transition?
Absolutely. And I said that a few times throughout this process, and we made a big point of it when the first game of the season started, that the message isn't changing, just a messenger, and now it's changing back.
How much was a heads-up play, Corey White, to get his hands on that guy, get him out of bounds, back in the end zone?
Oh, definitely, and like they'll tell you that they're trained to do that, and in our red zone work, you know, we work specifically on situational football, and that's something that's said and talked about all the time by Coach Spags, and he does a good job with that.
Was there any, how did you feel about the running game yesterday, particularly the way Mark seemed to run the ball a bit harder?
Yeah, obviously it's not up to the standard that we're looking for, the running game that is, but what it is there was some positive runs. What we had was 4 negative runs that cost our yards per carry, and also hurt the drives, of course. But so we have to eliminate the yards per carry. We have to eliminate the negative runs that we had yesterday, and we can do that. And we're definitely going to put all hands on deck to make sure that we get this thing fixed.
3rd and 3 call there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
When you went outside the stroke, did you feel like that was, that you couldn't go inside? That couldn't get it by going inside at that point? Or?
Well, 3rd and 3 at the end of a game like that, that was a 3rd down play that we had designed, and we had run it to the left earlier in the game and had a good gain. And the thing that happened when you study the tape is our receiver on the outside was not ready for the ball to be snapped, and he was checking to see if he was on the line or off the line, as I saw it, and so the ball was snapped and he stood there. So one of the main blocks on the play wasn't made, and that's why we didn't get it.
Eric, what do you think is happening with the offensive line where you're not running the ball like this franchise is accustomed to running it, no matter who's carrying it in the order of the offensive line?
I think we just need to keep timing it and keep working it out. We played against some very formidable defenses, and in the past we've been able to run the ball. And throughout these 6 weeks, you know, we've been down in games, and we decided to throw it more than run it. And so we haven't had as many reps. We probably have the least amount of reps running the ball as anyone in the NFL, and I understand that, and we understand that as a group that Drew Brees gets hot, and we're going to throw the ball. Yesterday the calls were made, and we made some of those runs, and we didn't make some of those runs, and we got to get that fixed.
Aaron, how do you guard against this transition from you to Joe Vitt being a distraction, or just, you know, you guys built some momentum now, you know, not to knock you guys off course?
Well, like we said before, it's the same message, and Joe does a great job, and everybody in the organization knows Joe Vitt's a great coach and a great person, and we keep saying it over and over. And I know there's one person that comes in here and talks on the microphone, but Joe Vitt and I and Sean Payton all have the same message.